Hi guys, welcome to the lecture. This lecture is a continuation of the if statement. The if statement video or lecture shows you how, shows an example of a quiz, and you can use obviously if, else, if this happens, then do this. So the while statement, which is what we refer as loops, we're going to demonstrate how you can cause an action to continuously repeat until something else happens, right? To change or to break the loop, all right? Because sometimes in your program, you want an action to continue to repeat. For example, you're trying to prompt the user to do something, and it's going to continue to prompt the user until they do what they're supposed to do, right? Based on how you programmed the instructions. So let me share my screen now, and let's do the while statement of that quiz example we did for the if statement. So if you haven't watched the if statement lecture, you want to watch that lecture. The while statement is, the while loop is more, I guess in a sense, more dynamic. Its job is to repeat continuously until the user takes an action. All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay. All right, so as usual, you want to type along. That's the way to make it stick, whatever you're trying to learn. Okay, so I'm going to do a lot of copy and paste here because I have already created the program. So I'm just going to copy and paste. So you might need to pause the video once in a while so that you can catch up with what we're doing. All right, I'm going to create the quiz. I'm just going to say quiz while, or say quiz while loop.sh. All right, so you want to enter edit mode. You press I. You want to see the insert at the bottom of the screen here. Like I said, I'm going to do a bit of copy and paste. So you want to put in your hash string or the very first line in your bash script. Right. Next thing we're going to do here. Just a basic echo statement. This is just fancy design. Nothing much. Next thing we have here, we're going to ask the user to type their name, right? Excuse me. We're going to ask the user to type their name. So just basic type your name. And then we're going to read what the user has typed. So read. All this should be familiar to you by now. Whatever the user types here, the user is prompted in this line to type. So we're going to read that into this variable called quiz owner. And then we're going to create a text file, which is basically going to be the name of whatever the user types here. That text file is going to store the scores, the points that the user accumulates as they do the quiz. The right questions are going to be saved, or the right answers are going to be saved in that text file. All right, so we have an understatement here. Basically, we say, begin your quiz, quiz owner. And then more fancy design work here. It's all just for presentation, right? You don't want the work to just look boring. Of course, it can be more properly styled, but just basic styles here. All right, so the first question here, echo question 1, the sky is blah, blah, blah. And then we have a few options for the user to select. green, blue, yellow, black. So all these are basically, you know, I guess normal, right? For now, just normal stuff. We haven't done anything. We haven't done any while loop yet. So all this here is just regular stuff. And then here also we read whatever the user has typed in there. All right, let's keep going. Okay, now we start with the while loop. So let's indent over there, while. You want to enter 2 brackets. Again, you spacing is important when you do your while loops. And then you want to say, we're going to put this here. And then you close out. I'll explain that in a second. You close out your bracket. Okay. So what we're saying here is question 1. This is question 1, right? So what is this reads? As long as question 1 is not equal to 2. So we can see here from this question right here that the correct answer is going to be blue. The sky is blue. All right. So if the user chooses another answer that is not 2, okay, that's what we're saying here. If the user chooses another answer that is not 2, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to say do, right? And I have a comment for you there to help you understand what we're saying. So right here, we're saying, go down here. We're saying if the condition is not met, that is, if anything besides 2 is entered, if the condition is not met, continue to do the following statements forever. All right. So if the user enters 1, 1, or 3, or 4, then the next statement we type here, the user is going to do that. That's going to repeat. So right here, we're going to have the first thing is we're going to have a statement here that says incorrect, try again, right? So if the user enters the wrong answer, basically, we're going to say incorrect, try again. So you have your while, you have your condition in here, and you say do. Do is do this stuff here if the user enters an incorrect answer. Or rather, as it says in this condition, if the answer is not equal to 2. All right, so we're going to say incorrect answer. Basically, we're just going to repeat the question again. Everything we have up here is going to be repeated. So I can just basically copy everything here because we're going to repeat that. We want the user to do it again, basically. And then we have another line here. Done. So if the user enters the correct answer, or here, it says exit when condition is met. So let's say the user enters the wrong answer a few times. You're going to keep prompting incorrect, try again, and then you're going to print all this out. But once the user gets the answer right, we say done, and then we exit when the condition is met. So upon exit, now there are a few things we want to do as you are exiting your program, as you are exiting the while loop. We want to do a few things. So here we're gonna paste this here. And here are the actions we want to take. So we're going to print out awesome, and now we're going to basically save the correct point, because every question gets 1 point. So we're gonna save the correct point in the text file, just like we did with the if statement in that previous video. So question 1 up here gets 1 point if the answer is right. So that's what we're doing here. As long as that is, this only happens when the condition is met, when the user gets the answer right. Okay. So we're going to say echo question 1. We assign it the value 1, and then we echo that. Basically, we save that into this text file using the redirection tool or redirection symbol. So here we say question 1, and this is the variable for question 1. So basically, it's going to be 1 point. It's going to be saved in that file. Okay. And we can just save that for now and see what we got. So let's kind of stop there for now, and let's run it and see what we have so far. So obviously we have to give permission. So change mode U plus X, and we should have our permissions right now. Now we can run the file. All right, so type your name. I'm gonna say Greg. Begin your quiz, Greg. So question 1. So now see how the while loop works. The sky is, we're just gonna say, choose the wrong answer, enter 4, and you can see that it says incorrect, try again, right? And that's how we set the program. As long as the answer is incorrect, it's gonna keep prompting you incorrect, try again. It's gonna show you the question. If we enter 1, which is green, incorrect, try again. It's just gonna keep going forever until you get the answer right. Okay, so now let's get the answer right. The answer is gonna be blue, so we enter 2 right there. And we can see it says awesome. The answer is right. Well done. And also, it's going to save that answer in our text file. So if we go here and we go to look for our files, we should see the greg.txt file. That's the name of the user. And we can see that we have that question. We assign 1 point to question 1. Okay, so that's clear. All right, so let's add another question here to the file. So basically, we're just going to repeat everything we did up here, just with a different question, that's all. But everything is just a repeat. We repeat all the way here, and we go down. All right, so we come here. Now I want to have question 2. So let me just copy and paste that. Let me find my question 2. Okay. So right here, I just put a kind of like a dividing line. Again, it's all just, just presentation. So here's the next question. 4 times 3 is what? So here are the options. 43, 34, 12, and 21. So enter the enter answer, then we read answer. And now we use our while loop. So I can just go up here, just copy what I had. I just have to edit a few things, but basically copy this and paste it down here. All right, so I just bring this back. And now it'll be question 2. And Question, in this case, question 2, the correct answer is 3. So here we're going to say 3. So if question 2 is not equal to 3, then again, we're going to repeat everything we did before. We're going to say incorrect, try again. Incorrect, try again, and then we basically paste the questions. So this is the question here. All right. And that's what you have there. And then, of course, we're going to have done, which is once the user has entered the right answer, going to be done. Done. And again, we save the answer in the text file. So we say excellent. What did we do up there with the done? So done, awesome, okay. So here we don't need the excellent, we have just awesome, right? So done, awesome. Question 2, we assign 1 point to question 2. So question 2, we save that information in the text file. All right. And then we have another, just a line again for presentation purposes to look nice. And the last thing we have to do is the total, but let's see what we have so far. Before you add too much code, you want to be sure that your code is working correctly. You know, you don't want to get overwhelmed. So let's exit out of here. Okay, let's just clear the screen just to make things easier to see. Okay, so enter your name. I'm going to say Bob. Begin your quiz. I'm going to miss the, put in the wrong answer. It's going to prompt me again to put the right answer. Now I'm going to say the correct answer is 2. And now you can see it jumps to the next question, right? It jumps to question 2. So once you get question 1 right, then it jumps to question 2. And now we ask you the next question. 4 times 3 is, let's put the wrong answer. We're just going to say 1. And it tells you incorrect, try again. I'm going to say 4. Incorrect, try again. And now we put the right answer, which is 3. Awesome, all done. If we look at our text file, which you have 2 points in there, that's the Bob text file. And you can see question 1, 1 point, question 2, 2 points. All right. All right. So let's just finish that up and do the total so we can see the total points. Of course, in this kind of quiz, you're either going to get nothing right or you're going to get everything right because it prompts you to until you get the answer right. Maybe that's not typical of quizzes, that you do in school, but just in this example is what we're trying to accomplish. And you can use this example for various other programs you create where there has to be a continuous loop until something, changes. All right, so let's put the total, the last thing there, all the way to the end. We've done this total in the previous if statement, so we're just basically going to copy and paste it and stick it right there. All right, so total, we only have 2 questions, so we're just dealing with question 1 and question 2. In this case, we say, here are your correct answers, and then we cut the file, right? The same file that has all the info, we're basically going to cut the file. And then we echo the total points that the user scored. So the total is here. So when you add question 1 to question 2, you might have question 3, 4, 5, as many questions. You got to list everything here, and then the total adds the questions together. All right. Remember the questions right here, question 2 was assigned 1 point up here, and same thing with question 1 was assigned 1 point up here. So as many questions as you have, you assign 1 point each, and then you add all that information to this line. So you can add up all the questions, all the answers, right? So this is pretty much done. We can just view the final work. Again, let's clear the screen and run the program. Enter your name. I'm just going to say Zara. Begin your quiz, Zara. So if I enter 4, it's going to prompt me to try again. Now I enter the right answer, which is 2. Then I move on to question 2. If I put in the wrong answer, I'm going to put in 2. The wrong answer, I put in 1. Wrong answer is going to continue to prompt you. And now we put the right answer, which is 3, because 4 times 3 is 12. Put the right answer, 3. Awesome. And then your total does the calculation. So these 2 lines are printed out because you catted. Not even a word in Linux, cat. You say catted. Well, maybe. So you cut the file, I guess is what I should say, right? You cut the file and it prints out whatever you have. So if you have more than 2 questions, 5, 10, 20 questions, it's going to list everything so the user knows the question they got right. And then you have the total 2 points, which is the points the user got from doing the quiz. All right. So that's pretty much all we have for the while statement. Again, you if you haven't watched the if statement video lecture to see how the if works, and you see the while when you want to continue an action until a different action is taken. Okay. All right. That's all we got. We'll talk to you guys later.